Welcome back to another Foxy Games UK news video. No time to waste then. It would seem Microsoft and Xbox are dominating the week's news cycle, but not necessarily for the right reasons. Let's get into it. InsiderGaming.com, link in the description. Microsoft could stop pushing Xbox consoles in Europe and other regions, which could mark the end of pushing hardware and more of a focus on cloud gaming and game subscription services. The marketing plans for Microsoft regarding its Xbox consoles could be changing in a major way. In the latest edition of Tom Warren's The Notepad newsletter, the push to sell Xbox consoles in Europe and other regions could be going the way of the dodo bird. Extinct. According to a tip Warren received, Microsoft will reportedly stop marketing the Xbox console itself in Europe, the Middle East and Africa, which covers the EMEA. Instead, the company will focus solely on Xbox Game Pass, cloud gaming, PC and Xbox controllers. Here's a quote. Microsoft has been struggling to sell the Xbox Series S and X consoles in many countries across the EMEA. And the tipster believes Microsoft will now allocate less console stock to Europe as a result. But what about Japan? They've been struggling there too, haven't they? Now, Warren adds that he hasn't been able to fully verify the information from the tipster, though he hasn't outright shut it down, which could be saying something, and is still looking for more information. Overall, it's Warren. He's more synonymous with Xbox or Microsoft. If it's coming from him, it might be something in it. Overall, the sales of the Xbox Series consoles have been struggling since their release in November 2020. According to latest sales data, the Xbox Series consoles are down 13% behind that of Xbox One through the same time on the market. They are also being beaten by Xbox 360 over a same time period, though no specific gap was given. Now, I have questions. Didn't Phil Spencer recently come out in an IGN interview talking about everything was great back home on the farm, the Xbox farm, saying that Xbox growth is in double digits, hardware, games, Game Pass, everything's wonderful? Didn't he paint that picture of prosperity and, complete and utter confidence in the brand? I mean, don't take my word for it. Roll the audio clip.
We announced Game Pass, and we started doing Game Pass. And I know some people looked at that and said, this is the worst decision ever. Like, this is going to be the end of Xbox. Oh, you're going to teach people that games are free. And you're going to undermine the value in games. And what I can say sitting here today from our decisions on cloud, on Game Pass, on console, like right now, we have more Xbox console users than we've ever had in the history of Xbox. So I go back and I look and I say, okay, over the last 5 years, what's happened to third-party game sales on our platform? We're up double digits every year over the last 5 years on game sales on Xbox consoles. So when I look at it, I will just, doing a $70 billion acquisition will push us to try to do more.
He's not wrong, push us to do more, yeah. More for less. Give us more of your money, we'll give you less. Hence the new subscription tier. They take away day one games but increase the price. Sorry, it has to be said, I'm not defending any of these corporations, and neither should you. But he's right about also the $70 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard King, because that's a gaping hole that needs to be filled. I mean, the shareholders aren't going to just green light a deal like that and expect Xbox not to get a return on the investment. And really, Game Pass doing better than before is irrelevant, because they still need to recoup $70 billion. The Microsoft board, as I say, didn't just write them a blank check and expect nothing in return. Yeah, and I just want to shout out at Fatiga6957 for input on that. So yeah, what did we expect? Of course, jobs were going to get cut, staff were going to be fired, prices would go up, and analysts are saying expect even more increases across Game Pass as Microsoft try and recoup that money, even beyond this latest price increase. $70 billion. Think about it. We've had prices increased quite dramatically across the board. We'd have, For instance, we've had new tiers introduced into the Xbox subscription, just adding confusion to everything. There's far too many tiers. They should only really have 2 or 3. But yeah, you've got a standard tier now which loses all of the day-and-date game releases, which is the whole reason why anyone would actually want to subscribe to the service, besides multiplayer. But yeah, that replaces Xbox Game Pass for console, which had day one games, now subsequently removed, but PC gets the same deal for less. $12 on the PC, day and date games, no charge for multiplayer whatsoever. Xbox, $15, you get no day one games, you don't get the EA games, you don't get cloud. So if indeed the rumors hold true that they are going to, pull back on promoting Xbox console hardware in Europe and just focus on subscription, cloud and controllers, this is quite the news. And if it turns out to be true, let's hope not, because yeah, I'm invested in Xbox as I am in PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, and about to look forward to Nintendo Switch too. But could this mean that less of an emphasis on the next generation for Microsoft? I don't believe so. I just think they really want to finish this generation early, Gen 9 Xbox Series consoles, and they probably want to get, a head start on Sony's next console, which is likely to be PlayStation 6. And I say next console as in next generation console. I've heard lots of whispers that, PlayStation itself is not that concerned with competing with Microsoft on day-and-date console launches. Historically, those consoles have launched around the holiday period, a week apart. So Microsoft might launch first, Sony follows a week later, or, the other way around. But Sony, apparently, from what I'm hearing, is following Nintendo's route and not too bothered about launching consoles to match Microsoft and get them out on retail shelves or whatever at the same time. It looks like PlayStation is fairly confident it has Microsoft beat. It has been winning all of the generations. You can argue whether Xbox 360 and PS3 were close, but in the end, Sony won that generation too, and it firmly, squarely beat Xbox One with PS4, and it looks like it's doing the same with the PS5. And interestingly, Microsoft are not offering a mid-gen upgrade, whereas Sony is, and that's rumored to be launching at the end of this year with something happening in September. Don't hold me to it, it's a rumor. But yeah, PS5 Pro is what I'm talking. Now, yeah, what can you say about the next gen consoles? Well, Microsoft has said that it is committed to next generation Gen 10 consoles. So my opinion is they're probably going to try and push this out before PS5. They probably have a big game lineup. And let's give credit where it's due. Microsoft have a ton of very interesting AA and AAA games coming. And not all of them this year, some in 2025, 2026, and so forth. So yeah, they're pretty stacked and geared up for a new console, next-gen console launch. But maybe in the meantime, the focus is on subscription services for this generation and creating as many controllers as you can, because it's low risk. These controllers work across a multitude of devices, so it's not dependent on having an Xbox console or hardware. So yeah, I don't know, maybe Microsoft are just taking it easy for this generation, building up the games catalog portfolio to get up and running for next gen. Is there a reason to be concerned? I mean, Tom Warren, Xbox Anonymous, putting this out there. Is there a reason? And not at this point. And nothing is official until Microsoft themselves confirm it's true, which they are unlikely to do. I mean, they don't want to hurt their existing console sales, even if they are meager compared to PS5. Should Xbox stop making Xboxes in general, some people are asking, and just focus on Game Pass and cloud? I would say no, because Xbox Cloud is not where it needs to be. Not everybody wants to sign up to subscription services. Some people, like myself, would rather own their boxed games or digital library. So yeah, we'll have to see where this goes. I'm not sure there's any merit to the rumor. I'm hoping it's a load of hogwash, complete BS, but what can you say in this industry? It's up, down, it's left, it's right. But that's your news. If you like this type of thing, subscribe, hit notification, hit that like button, and I'll see you again on the other side.